Howdy, folks. Sorry, guess I'm live. My bad. Hope everyone's doing well. Um, it's been a long, weird week or so. Um, Not sure what's going on, but I do know my photos and my videos have been tampered with. Um, so I have it on my Google Photos, and it's not probably hard to hack that, being that I use the same damn password, almost the same password for everything. Um, and it's a shame that because they're nothing close to the beauty of the original, now it looks animated. It looks stupid. So if you're on my Podbean, I don't know how long that they've been, and I'm not sure. I haven't gone through every single one since I had so much footage with a fine tooth comb. But yeah, I noticed yesterday and the day before that they had been tampered with. And the only one that I can think of might have a grudge is an old friend of mine, but you don't know. I've been wondering why nobody has really come to me with any. This is what I've been complaining about. No one's challenged me um, on on doing what I do, and I see everything right now is calm. There's nothing going on other than I have my angels up there, which it's pretty tough to distort that. But as far as the the way the lights look and the way God presents Himself is completely wrong. Um, the way that the color of the lights were completely wrong. The shape of it is completely wrong. Um, for the record, I only um, videotaped simply because I was seen first. I only started videotaping, like Jimbo. I want to make sure that I was seeing what I was seeing. Um, and in fact, I was getting weird photos and video only because I was videoing Jimbo and wasn't trying to video anything. I was just videoing him, and I would get these strange photos or stills or video. Now, as far as my favorite one, which is me driving to Walmart talking about what I had seen when I looked up in the sky, was I had seen um, Jim and some of the other angels doing something. They were, it almost looked like they were dancing, but then I'd look in the distance and I'd see what they were doing and the same movement. And so I said, I wonder if that's going to be a okay, thank you. I said, I wonder if that's going to be I don't know. I have some lady spraying potpourri in my area. All right. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you, and have a nice night now. Peace be with you. Now get the hell out of my way. Thank you. If I need to, I'll get that bad look off your face. That's what I thought. Anyway, sorry, I had a really angry something come past me. I was actually, a real person. No need to worry about anything paranormal wise. But I I was only taking those because that's what I was seeing. When I was driving to Walmart, I saw that configuration. Um, like I had for the last couple days. And I saw that and I said, well, uh-oh. This is the first time I've seen it on the ground and nothing up in the sky. So something's going on. And that's why I started. I'm not even looking at my camera. I was looking at what was going on the road. And when I took the stills out, they were way more beautiful than what was occurring. What's occurred on my photos, my stills have all been tampered with, and I sure hope I can figure out how to get to my originals, and if anybody has any insight. Now, I have a feeling you can use a Motorola Moto Power scanner that can find your MAC address. I believe you find the MAC address of a phone. Since the MAC address will not change, the IP address in a DHCP environment, of course, is going to change, and it will change unless you make it a static one, which is on your own domain. Your MAC address, just like a MAC address of a receiver or any hardware that might be receiving an IP address via DHCP, has to have a MAC address. If it's a hardware component. And so I believe if you have the MAC address of a phone, then you will be able to, let me see. I'm going to make sure people can chime in here. Engagement. Let's see. Let's see what this is. I think that turns it off. I'm trying to figure out how to make sure you guys can call in. Please feel free to interact with me. I would love it. Hold on. I'm trying to, if I poke around here a little too much, I'll get back live. Let's see. Anyway, that from my understanding, and I don't really know about hacking other than a good loogie once in a while. From what I understand is, as long as you have the MAC address and you are pretty much, you can RAS in with a tool, probably a software tool that allows you then, as long as you know the MAC address, to ping that device. I'm trying to think if it's very similar to a remote anywhere, when you do that. I used to do that in IT to take control of someone's computer while I was teaching them remotely, and that was back in the 2000s or mid-2000s. But yeah, it sure has been a strange couple days. I honestly feel like I've been drugged a couple times while I've been sleeping. I'm homeless. I used to live in my car, so it's not hard to get to me. I haven't worked. I don't know how long. I can't really remember. Today's the first day in a long time that I've been able to get mobile, simply because I feel like I've been drugged while I sleep heavy. I sleep really heavy. And you could have a freight train. That's why I've always said, if something wakes me up in the middle of the night, it got me good. So I've been wanting to throw this podcast out. Not that I really found out about this probably, at least in my recollection, about 2 days ago. And I've been meaning to go live, and I just felt so rotten that I haven't been able to. And so I didn't know if anybody had any insight. I was trying to get these validated. my photos and my videos, and I guess I can't do that until I find uh, I find the originals, which is sad because the only thing I was trying to use the videos for was really for God. Um, you know, he chose me to, to give me the VIP access, and he wanted to, he wants to kind of put an end to this, creator thing, and I just feel I feel really guilty that I wasn't smart enough to stop it. And therefore it's going to delay any event that I was going to put on because I need to validate the photo and videos first. So all I could say is the stuff from the beginning. If you went on my Podbean and you saw the light show basically from Walmart going where I'm talking about he's the light of the world. Right, the next day I knew who God was in the picture or in videos after that, and I figured out that it's a different color, and there's a different way it looks. A lot of that early stuff. If you saw that, then it wasn't tampered with at that time. It's tampered with now, and if I find the person and find out who it is, that's copyrighted. So that was on my Podbean site pretty soon after, if not the day of, or being the day of. So somebody then now has messed with copyrighted material, and so that's going to be punishable. It's also going to be invasion of privacy, from what I understand. That needs to be punishable. As I feel like I know that talking about religious historical moments in history are controversial, and we've been fighting about religion since day one. Why wouldn't I get drugged? I've already predicted that somebody would try to do something to me, and so I'm not shocked that maybe I was drugged and my phone was taken, and maybe the photos were tampered with while I was drugged. That's the only thing that I can maybe think of where you didn't have to get a MAC address. You just had to get my passcode, which is pretty easy if you just watch me. So there you go. That's a big hacker right there. It's just a damn spy. So there's option two, probably option one. Option two, it would be if they got my MAC address. And then they obviously could have very well have drugged me while I was sleeping. It's not hard to do. So that's not outlandish. Being that I sleep a lot of times with the window open too, so it's not like they're breaking. Well, it would be breaking and entering too, because I see stuff that has been tampered with inside my car. So I could probably get the prints off that. I'm keeping a few things hidden, so that I can get some prints off of that and maybe find the person or people responsible. And it's punishable, and a lot of times it's prison. And and I could, being drugged, it's basically attempted murder, depending on the amounts. But it's still it depends on the drug, and it doesn't matter. It's still, I would, that you could kill somebody doing that. So you got breaking and entering, invasion of privacy. You're messing with copyrighted material, and and I don't know what people, maybe they're listening to my podcast here and all that. And then you have, if you're trying to drug me, you got attempted murder. And I won't go. There's other things, but I won't even go into that. It's sad. The worst part about it is you're totally disrespecting God, and that's the worst part of it. You're disrespecting the message that He wanted, and the beauty of it too. Totally looks. It just took away all the beauty of it. It was absolutely gorgeous, and then you falsify and animate it and make it look like it was some kind of special effects. That makes you special enough in the wrong way. And I just wanted to come out and just make sure I first apologized if anybody has looked at those recently and thought that that's the way it was, and it's not. I just wanted to make sure I come clean and say these photos are falsified. These are not accurate, and therefore they can't be validated, because I just did. They've been tampered with. And I really don't appreciate it. And I don't appreciate the last 7 days, where I know stuff's, let's just say, some hooligans, some shenanigans, has all been occurring pretty heavily the last 7 days. I'm not happy about that. And so I wanted to just come out with that, and I wanted to give anyone a chance to call in. I don't have a specific number other than let me get my VoIP number out. Hold on 1 second. Let's see. All right. So that's going to be 470-524-9774. Feel free to text, call in, all of the above. If you can dial into the show, or there's a chat line, feel free. But yeah, my other number is 470-725-4060. For some reason, I don't think that's working correctly, but you should be able to get to my VoIP line, 470-524. Hold up. 470-524-9774. Please text me. You can also email me. Let's see. There is another email I've got. It is rwbatl071376@gmail.com. rwbatl071376@gmail.com. You may use that one. Go ahead and CC the RWB THERT direction 23 at gmail.com. Go ahead and CC that one for reasons for my own reasons. And I would appreciate if anybody has any insight on how you. Also, I think I can get the IP of the computer that if they did go via MAC address or they used plugged in my phone to their computer, I believe if they saved it, it'll have their computer name. And if I dig a little deeper, it should have the address, the IP address as well, a timestamp, if you will, where, what location, the device, computer, and the IP address, just so that you can get, and maybe the domain name. That would be even better. That way, if they were on their own hotspot or a hotel or whatever, wherever they're receiving their internet from, should be pretty good. But I would like to find this person or people that have so rudely tampered with something that they shouldn't have. And it's one thing if it's my stuff, but it was it was all for the beauty and respect of our Creator, the Holy Trinity, and they tampered with it, and I am pretty pissed off, and I will throw the book at them if I can. So please, anybody out there that has any knowledge of this type of stuff, I would gladly take some advice. Interesting. All of a sudden, a lot of CarMax cars are. I mean, someone bought new cars, floating right past me. Let's see, I've got a white Chevrolet. I got an Audi? And some other piece of crap. Interesting. This place was pretty packed. Over here, I'm not sure, but at any rate, it's been a weird couple days, I might say. And I was hoping that if anyone was out there listening, that they could help old RWB here. I sure would appreciate it. And I know, I certainly know God would. Because that's just wrong. He wanted everybody to be able to see. I brightened up a couple of them. That's all I know how to do. For own personal reasons. And then I decided I'm not touching it for validation reasons. I never, ever wanted to even make it brighter or a different. I just wanted it original so that they could be validated and actually just leave it just because that's the way it happened. And again, the only reason why I had videotaped it was because of what I was seeing myself. And I would be like, I couldn't believe it. Like, whoa, holy crap. This is really going on. It's magical. And I noticed too, God not being as flamboyant, if you will. Because usually I see it whenever I try to concentrate, I will see a sign. And my angels have been very high above, and I've been wondering that. They don't want to be tampered with. I'm sorry, I'm thinking out loud, y'all. I'm thinking out loud. because none of this has really made sense to me until about now. I have not seen Jimbo. I've not seen really very. I mean, they're there, but they're. I keep wondering, why are you so high up there tonight? Because usually they're trying to anything to get on camera filmed. And then I was wondering why God wasn't lamping up stuff when I would ask. And now I know. Now I know, because it would have just been tampered with anyway. And the angels didn't want to seem like they were, fake up there. And it's not fair to them. So it's all making kind of perfect sense. Now, pretty tough to tamper the videos of that I have of Jimbo and all that, because that looks like it's been photoshopped, and it's not. He looks like a UFO, and it's not. It's just they look different on film. I think they do that on. I mean, I don't know why, but that's just. I always wondered why they look so different on camera than they do in person. But maybe I know now. I know, but yeah, pretty salty about. A little spicy and a little salty about all this. It's just not fair to him, and it's total disrespect to our Creator, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. And I just pray that I find out how it happened and who it was, and that justice is served, because you're not supposed to do that with anything. I don't like people prying in on other people. That's just a bunch of BS. Mind your own damn business. I can't stand people up other people's tail. It's just not right. It's not our job to judge. And you need to get the hell out and mind your own damn business. That's the way I feel. Curious George, I'd kick Curious George's ass in if I could. Curious, get something else to do. Do something productive for society. Sitting there watching somebody all the time. That ain't productive. That's sick. It really is. And, like I've always been preaching here, even though I'm not a preacher man or a son of one, I know that we all make mistakes. We all do things that we all have skeletons in the closet. I know that I have gone to the Lord and said, here they are. I suck. And I certainly look in the mirror and say, gee whiz, you sucked. You shouldn't have done that. Or why did I do that? And some things are kind of unknown, and you just ask God for forgiveness from your heart, and he will. I call it double dipping. You can't double dip on your sins being washed away and then trying to bring it back to someone's face. I don't think that's fair when God has already forgiven you for that sin, and you haven't done it since, and someone else is trying to bring it to your attention, or throw it in your face. Well, first of all, that's not your job. So that's number one. Let's make the record straight here. You're not the one at the pearly gate telling me if I'm going through or not. So the hell with you. I don't need your approval. I don't need your consent to for my wrongdoing, or in your opinion wrongdoing, and it might be right doing. So that's for me, and that's why there's a God. Balance us out. You think? As of the moment, in my humble opinion, there's 75% of us, not me, but 75% of you that are going either to hell or to purgatory. Only 25% are truly good, that are going to be going to heaven, fellow traveler, fellow good one, fellow non-judger, fellow non-curious. It's okay to be curious. Just don't butt in someone's business where you don't need to be. It just ain't right. So I'll get off my soapbox there, but I'm a little pissed off because I kind of know what's been going on. And, hey, if anybody actually has heard anything about this about me and my photos, please let me know if you've heard anything regarding my videos or stills or anything like that. I certainly would greatly appreciate it. And if I had any money, I would reward you. I don't. I'm still living in my dang car, trying to survive. I don't know how. Never mind. I won't even get into that. But I just don't know. I just don't know all that's going on. This is the first night in 7 nights that I haven't felt drugged of some sort. It's not hard to find me. I guess I kind of announce where I've been and just trust too much that people just do the right thing. And I'm saying that I've been wronged and I've been robbed and I've been tampered with, and it's I would like to get justice for that. And certainly if I ever get the means to reward somebody, I certainly will. My ultimate goal is the reboot community. I want to sell my life story. Only number one, that people should know about it, because it ends with being VIP, having VIP access of God, and how all that transpired. That's a wonderful story. It's all a wonderful story about that. Everybody should have a chance to hear about that. And I want that to fund my reboot community, because we need to change the way we think, and that will help. Everybody deserves a chance. We all hit rock bottom, and even if you don't hit rock bottom and you're not, old money or new money or in money, you deserve an opportunity to have the tools to figure out what your God-given skills are. I mean, I'm drowning trying to survive every day, and I can't do anything for God or for the reboot community because I'm trying to survive. And I get frustrated with that. I already know I've been blessed to know what my talents are, and what I've already done. So that gives me at least that. I just can't get the opportunity to take those talents and use it for good, because I'm treading water at best. And the longer that I tread water, the longer it is before we can get this ship turned around, or you get more God in your life and you don't even know it, because you realize who the creator is. That cancels out any thought process, and then you have an opportunity to find out what your God-given skills are so that you can start realizing how all the blessings that God gives you, and then recognize that and have your own relationship with God like I do. And then realize that some things you need to, in the worst of times, there's blessings. And that's the truth. It's blessings with all of that. And you got to realize He's our Father. And not everything is sunshine and rainbows. That you give your own kids lessons that are hard for you to do, but they need it. And that's God. That's what He does. And the only reason why I've been through everything and done everything is because I'm a teacher. And I can't teach unless I've been through it. I can't do it. And God knows that. He made me. I'm just here to set any record straight that I would never use those for personal gain. I would never use that to try to get fame, because I've had a lot of this stuff since 2016. So all of that stuff is copyrighted. That was been tampered with, and that's my stuff. And it's my life story that I will sell. No one else is going to sell my life story but my own self. So that's copyrighted. And let's make one thing clear. Once there would be a deal done, I would already have, at that point, once it's been talked about, then inked, and then I would start allocating funds for the reboot community instantly. So if anything's been used without my knowledge regarding reboot or God's event and my life story, then it's not gonna be good, because I'm gonna probably take all of your money that you made from this and give it to the reboot community. That takes care of that. I just feel very violated. I know what being drugged feels like, and I know darn well I have been. And I know darn well my stuff's been tampered with, so I'm a little pissed off. And I would greatly appreciate anyone that has any insight on how I can find out who possibly did this, because they will be punished. And or the proper compensation will be made, and so that we can start changing the way we think. The reboot community does that, and the portal of good is a symbol of the type of people that we want going to heaven. I am a messenger, and I know the type that God is seeking through the portal of good, if you will, which is kind of like being in the fellow traveler. We ain't got no races, but beautiful faces. Jealousy is, imagine thinking about how jealousy just kind of whacked out of there. You take jealousy out of the equation, and you take race out of the equation. What do you think this whole world's going to be like? A lot better. We want to work in the right direction, not in the wrong one. And that doesn't mean, you're volunteering 24/7. That means you're just doing the right thing. And you appreciate other people's talents. So your mind is open where you can use that either to get to the right direction in unison, or if somebody needs those talents to be trained with or whatnot. It opens up the whole spectrum of light when you don't have jealousy in your life. Just telling you. Jealousy is the head of the snake. That is the copper wire that takes the heat, and it's also the fuel that fires it. Jealousy creates greed. It fuels it. Creates it creates the root of all evil. Because then you start doing really wacky things when you're really jealous. Really do. You throw people under the bus in the corporate world for personal gain. You are curious about them for personal gain because you're jealous. You do things that you would normally not do when you're jealous. Non-jealous people don't have anything to do with having to spy on people or take their photos or whatnot. Get rid of the jealousy, and all of a sudden, a whole new world opens up. That's heading into the right direction, a lot less gray area that we all hang our hats on. I try not to as much anymore. What is wrong with the right direction to get you in the right connection? Right is wrong, wrong is right. What is wrong with this direction? It's a great question. A very good question. I know it's in the wrong direction. I know. If people can find out themselves, then they'll understand what I'm talking about, jealousy. Cut that out, a whole new world evolves, and then you know what the right direction is. Promise you. But I said too much about that. Again, you can contact me at 470 524 9774. RWB ATL 071376 at gmail.com. Boyce _ ATL Falcons Go at yahoo.com. BOYCE 05 ATL Falcons Go at gmail.com. My Facebook. Look up Robert Boyce in Swanee, Georgia. Let's see. My other cell phone, 470-725-4060. And then the email on the Podbean site. Hell, get a hold of Podbean. If you don't hear from me in 24 hours, get a hold of them to get a hold of me. They got my contact info. I really want to get to the bottom of who would do something so dastardly of messing with God's message. I've given out everything I got to help me out with this, so I certainly didn't do it. And I've had this stuff for a long time, and I certainly have not been seeking fame from that. Like I said, I was a professional athlete, a tennis player. When I hurt my shoulder was the last time I thought about seeking fame. So that was a long time ago. I appreciate y'all, love y'all. And I appreciate if you can help me out on this matter. Bless everybody, and take care. Thank you so much for listening. We'll catch you later.